I kept hearing, how bad do you want this? How bad do you want what I have for you? Can you get to the other side of this? Can you see this through? You won't ever get to the point of knowing because you will have given up and turn around and run back to the thing that's comfortable. The worst day in Houston was still better than the best day back home in New Jersey. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about why I stayed in Houston despite all the hardships that I faced a year from today. So today is November 27th, and on this day last year, I was still residing in a homeless shelter, and I remember so clearly praying on my knees, Lord, please help me to find an apartment this week. And so luckily I got in my car, I drove around, I was able to locate this apartment that I'm in right now. It's a second chance apartment. They were willing to work with me and my rental history, and by December the 1st of 2022 I was already moving in. So it has been a great year. Like this whole year from December 1st 2022 all the way up until today, the 27th of November, it's just been an incredible experience, just being in Houston and just being in my purpose. And I don't know why my Homeless in Houston vlog is blowing up right now. I did read a lot of the comments that you guys have been making. Most of them are really positive. Some of them are iffy. Some people got blocked because I'm just like, this is how y'all talk to people that are going through unfortunate things? That's kind of crazy. But I just wanted to address some of the comments that were questioning, why did I stay and why didn't I go home? Well, the first and simplest answer is you either go hard or you go home. And for me personally, I wasn't in a position to where I even felt comfortable going home before I gave Texas my best effort. I moved to Texas in 2017. I was not alone when I came, but I ended up becoming alone and decided to still stay instead of going back home to live back with my mom. I left home as soon as I was old enough to leave, right after I graduated high school, and I just been on my own ever since. Like as an adult, I feel like there's nothing wrong with being away from home. And if there is a will, then there is a way. So that's the first and foremost, simplest answer, shortest answer. So if you want to cut off the video right here, cool. I still feel like you heard me. But today we're going to go a little bit deeper as to why I decided to stay. For starters, when I was living in Austin and I received the instruction to go, y'all have to understand that I had a very clear vision for my life in Houston. I didn't know where I was going to live. I didn't know what job I was going to have because, as some of y'all remember, I was working a temporary job at the time. I was applying to jobs in Houston or remote jobs, and everything was kind of just, uncertain. But that's how it is with faith, right? That's why faith is because you can't necessarily see what the next step is. But I know that I had a vision for what my life could be in Houston, and the vision was good. And so I wanted a piece of that. Like, if I can think about it, then that means that it's possible, because my mind can't envision something that's impossible. And all things are possible through him that lives within me. So it's like, let me give it a shot. Like, I see this thing, I hear this instruction, I'm seeing Bible verses that are related to the things that I'm praying and fasting about. Let me just go for it. And so I did. And everything was okay until everything wasn't okay. And so then I had a decision to make. Am I going to keep pressing through, or am I going to go home? So once I got to Houston, and even after I lost my job 6 months after living here, I still felt a sense of purpose, a sense of fulfillment, a sense of service even. I felt like the person who I was becoming was different than the person who I had been. Like, I felt like my heart was changing, and the way that I perceived the world was evolving and maturing, because for me personally, life in Houston was totally different than how it was in Austin for me. In Austin, I was just kind of lost and confused. I just had a really bad breakup, and so I'm just trying to figure out who I was and what my identity was. I'm going out and doing things that are foreign to me, always trying to go to the clubs and bars and be on the scene and, be up in people's face all the time. But here, I had already rededicated my life just prior to moving here. And so everything that I did was in service to God, to honor him with my life and my actions. That in and of itself was like a game changer for me, because I started to get myself involved in service and volunteer stuff and community stuff that I otherwise wouldn't have been doing had I been in New Jersey or had I been in Austin, because I wasn't interested in doing stuff like that back then. But once I gave my life to him and said, Lord, everything that I have, everything that I am is yours, then he started showing me more stuff and showing me more stuff. Hey, let's take a step in this direction. Okay, now take a step in this direction. Like, that's you. I just started to be led by faith. Like, every single step that I took was being lit up by God. So even though everything around me started to crumble after I lost my job and I started freelancing, life in Houston still felt good to me. Like, it still felt better than what I was experiencing in Austin and New Jersey. And it reminds me of a Bible verse in Philippians 4, where it says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." And for me, life in Houston was more than just about thinking about things that were good and noble and pure and right. My life became this Bible verse. Like, it just seemed like everything that was happening to me was pure and lovely and admirable. I just felt like I was becoming the woman that God had called me to be. And so that was another reason that kept me going, even through the hardships, even through losing the place, even through living in a shelter. Like, I just kept my mind focused on, man, even though all this bad stuff is happening, this is still good. This is still pure. Like, I can still push through this. That brings me to my next thing. My relationship with God is very strong. I have a lot of trust in him. So that means that if he calls me to something and that thing doesn't pan out the way that I wanted it to, or the way that I expected it to, I trust God enough to be able to hold on, take a pause, be patient, and wait and see, how's this thing going to pan out? Because a lot of people know the Bible verse, Romans 8:28, all things are working for the good of those who love Christ. And so when we say all things are working, that doesn't mean all things are working when everything is good. It means all things are working even when everything is going bad, even when you're uncertain about, why is life turning out like this? Why did I just experience this loss? Why did this crazy thing just happen to me? I didn't deserve that. You still got to keep in mind that all things are working. And so for me to come to Houston, end up homeless, and then turn around and go home, that would mean that I lost my faith in that verse, that all things are working. And then I remember somebody commented on my video, at every turn God was telling you to go back to New Jersey. No, he didn't. No, at no point during the entire 5-month homelessness journey did God ever say, Bree'Jonna, go back to New Jersey. Like, he never said that. If anything, I kept hearing, how bad do you want this? How bad do you want what I have for you? Can you get to the other side of this? Can you see this through? Right? I was being challenged to remember the instruction that I received and to keep in mind that his ways are higher than mine, even if it don't seem like it right now. I just decided to stand on my faith, trust his word, and to also understand him in the way that he was talking to me during that time. I don't know if y'all ever got a chance to watch my 10 lessons learned video, but if you watch that video, then you'll start to see like all the things that were being revealed to me in homelessness that only could have come from God. So it's like, if y'all piece it together, you'll like it becomes very clear as to why I stayed in Houston through the hardship. And so the final reason why I stay here is because when I asked for help, I was heard. That's not to say that the people that I asked for help, like in the one video where I was explaining that I asked somebody from church and I asked somebody from work, whatever, that didn't work out. But when I consulted the city of Houston and I asked them for help, they was on it. Like, I know some of y'all in the comments, y'all were going ham about Democrats and Republicans and all this crazy stuff. I'm not really into the politic thing. I just know when I asked for help, I received help. Like, I received Healthy Texas Woman health benefits. I received assistance with food and groceries. I received a list of resources as far as places to go and food drives and clothing drives. Like, when I asked for help, I received it. And for some of us out here, we just have not because we ask not, and we ask not because we're too prideful to let people know that we're struggling. And so for a lot of you on the old video from last year that y'all were kind of naysaying and saying a lot of some negative stuff about the journey, if you were in that situation, I really feel like you wouldn't have even known what to do. Like, I really feel like because of your pride, and I can tell that you're prideful from the way that you was commenting on the video, but some of that stuff, you just gotta let it go. Like, when you're going through something hard like that, just put it down, put it at the feet of the Father, and just ask somebody for some help. And that, I can say that to y'all because I have always been the one to struggle asking people for help. Like, I'm the oldest child. I'm used to being the one who's in control, taking care of everybody else's needs and everything like that. But when it came to my needs, it's like, okay, I got to just figure it out on my own. But homelessness humbled me. Like, that was something that I could not figure out on my own. I had to receive help, and I received it. And so that made it easier to stay. Not easier on my mind, but easier to meet my physical needs. The worst day in Houston was still better than the best day back home in New Jersey. And I feel like that's probably the number one reason why I stayed, simply because of that. Looking back on it now, a year ago, you know, being in that situation, I'm so glad that I pressed through. I'm glad for everything that has come to pass when I came out of homelessness, from getting this cool apartment, getting this cool job, going to Egypt with my church, now having a family at my church, because before homelessness, I wasn't connected to anybody at my church. I barely knew anyone. Nobody really knew me. But then as a result of staying here and being, you know, transparent and vulnerable with those people, now I have people constantly looking out for me. They constantly buying me food for no reason, giving me clothes, like, even though they know I'm not going through nothing. Even just hold on, what's today? Today is Monday. Okay, yesterday I just had someone say, hey, you know you always have a place in my home, right? And I was like, I've been out of homelessness for the past year. Like, I'm good. Like, I don't need anything. But she was like, yeah, it's okay. But still, I just want you to know you always have a place in my home. And I was just like, dang, okay. Like, but you see though, like, if you don't press through, you never come to the other side of knowing who all is in your corner, who all is in your network, and all the good things that God has planned for you. You won't ever get to the point of knowing, because you will have given up and turned around and run back to the thing that's comfortable. And it's like, no, like, don't run back to comfort. Press through and see what God has in store for you, because it's better than anything that you could have ever thought of, anything that you could have planned, anything that you could have bought off of Amazon. Like, it's better. So that's my spiel. I'm not gonna rant too much about this. I just wanted to address some of the naysaying that was going on in the comment section. But overall, many of you had positive things to say, and I greatly appreciate the love, the support, the prayers. I think somebody even sent me money. I'm just like, what? Thank you. I appreciate it. But let me just announce one more time. I am not homeless no more, y'all. Y'all don't, like, I'm good. Y'all don't have to worry about it. But thank y'all so much for continuing to support me, support my channel. I want y'all to subscribe to the channel if you're not already, because I do have some awesome, fun, amazing content planned for y'all. I'm having so much fun filming this stuff for y'all, and I can't wait for y'all to be able to indulge in that. But yeah, thank y'all again for the love that y'all have shown. I hope that y'all like this video. Share it with someone who might need some encouragement if they're going through a hard time and they just need to be reminded, like, God has got your back. God has got it all under control, even if you feel like you can't trust him, because whenever you trust him, he be letting bad stuff happen to you. Believe you me, it's gonna make sense in the future. It don't make sense right now, but it's gonna make sense in the future. Just use my life as a testimony. Like, I documented all this stuff for a reason. It wasn't for clout. Somebody even tried to insinuate that I was posting for clout, and it's like, hold on. At the time that I was posting the homelessness videos, I didn't even have 1,000 subscribers. I probably had like a few hundred, and each video was probably only getting like anywhere between 12 and 30 views, 1 or 2 likes. Like, I was not posting that for clout at all. That was for me to be able to look back on my own life and see, wow, Bree, if you could push through that, you can get through anything. And I was praying, Lord, please, I pray that whatever you have in store for me to go through in the future, I pray that it's not as bad as that. I want that to be the worst thing that I ever had to go through, because in all reality, I've been through some hard stuff in my life, y'all, but that, I don't know, I really feel like that probably takes the cake. That was some hard stuff. Like, homeless is that, no, very humbling. But in any case, thank y'all so much for watching my channel. I will see y'all next week with the next video. It's already filmed, it's already up, like, it's already ready. Like, don't go anywhere, get comfortable here. This is your safe space for you to just unwind and listen to me talk. I love y'all so much, and see you in the next one. Peace out.